Okay, so very often we release a new version and users contact us saying, you know, I did everything in the video that talks about installing a new version, but even if I did everything that was described in that video, I still don't get a key code request after installing the new version. So the main cause for this problem, one thing we can say for sure, is that WISE option new version, the new version file, was not properly installed on your computer, main computer or server. Here are the frequent reasons when I'm providing support and trying to get this problem solved. Number one, the wrong destination folder. Users, especially in the case when you have WISE option on a local network, instead of pointing the destination folder on the server in your network, users simply leave the default location pointed for as a destination and end up placing the new file locally on the terminal, in the terminal instead of in the server. Another thing that happens is that WISE options files are kept locked while users are using the program. So forgetting to check that everybody should close WISE option before installing a new version. Sometimes also happens that the WISE option.exe file, the properties have been set for read only. And when that property is set for read only, a new file cannot overwrite the present and current file in the server. So we need to check that as well. Or we have seen also the wiseoption.exe file being protected and locked by the server. It depends on certain settings and configurations on the server. The file will be maintained and kept locked even when nobody is using the program for a while. So what should I do? Before you open a support ticket, here are a couple of things you'd like to double check in this process and follow me so maybe you can fix it yourself. If you already did, as stated, that everything described in the video, probably you already made sure that nobody's using the program. It's always good to double check that, because although in the network you say please close, somebody will say that will close and forget, gets distracted with a phone call or something. So make sure yourself that all the terminals don't have the program running, because that's going to lock the file for sure. Then, as said, check the destination that you're using in your installation process. The install wizard does put the default in the local terminal. I'm going to go through these items very quick here in a summary, just so you have an idea about what I'm going to show. But right after this, I'm going to also make a demo and in each one show what I'm talking about. Next, go to the WISE option current present, the current WISE option.exe file in your server or main computer. Go to the properties and make sure that is not set for read only. Another thing that I do very often providing support in this case, and by that I mean really very often, is that solves the problem by renaming the file to something else. When you rename the file, the wiseoption.exe file, the application file, to something else, that forces the server to unlock the file. By doing these steps, I usually go ahead and reinstall the program, running the update wizard once more, and then I verify that the WISE option exe file has been updated and that I have a new file. And only after I make sure that the WISE option.exe file is indeed a new file on the server, that's only then when I go and install the file. So first of all, here we go. WISE option is running. So in my suggestion number 1 here, I am making sure that nobody is using the program. Um, Time and again, that happens quite often, people using the program. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to close the program. In this case, I don't have a new version, but I'm going to pretend it is a new version. I'm going to show you how an old file and a new file are present in my server with this process. So next, I'm going to show you how to double check the destination folder to make sure that we are putting the file on the proper location. Go to your desktop and use the same shortcut that you click on to run WISE option. Right click and go to the properties on that icon, the same icon that you use. You're going to see the location where the program is installed. If you're on a network, sometimes this is going to be letter W and not program files. For this demo here, I'm using the program that is installed on a virtual computer, therefore I'm not using a network. But in a network environment, they're going to be in my computer. If you go to the My Computer tool here, you're going to check that on the folder there's something like a letter Z or letter W, letter Y, letter F on location that is on a network. However, if you are on a local computer, still is going to be the default location, like in my case here. The point is the destination in the installed wizard should be, double click and that's not what I meant. Let me cancel this and actually use the right click, go for properties, and check the location where the wiseoption.exe file is located in your server or local computer. In this case, it's C program file. Alright, now I know the location. Let's go for my next item. I know the destination folder and I'm good about that. Next, I'm going to make sure, since I know where the file is, I'm going there and check if the properties is not set for read only. Like I said, if you're on the server, that's where you should go. In my case here, I'm on a local computer, so I'm going for the program files in WISE option. And I'm going to look for the WISE option file, which should be, of course, on the bottom. And here it is, my wiseoption.exe. Exe stands for executable, which is the application. I go for properties. And when I take a look at the properties for that file, I see that it's not set for read-only. Sometimes you're going to see this checkbox marked, and that prevents the server to overwrite that file. So by making sure that read-only is not checked, I can now overwrite that file. Another suggestion is to rename the current wiseoption.exe file to something else, which forces the server to unlock. It might be that nobody in the network is using the program, but the server is still protecting the file and not with all the cache memory updated. Therefore, the file is maintained, reserved in a lock state. And the way to force that file, you right click to be unlocked. You right click and you say rename the file. And you rename this to something else. I'm going to rename this to version 4316 old. So just we see that a new file will come into place after my after running again the installation, the install wizard. If this works as I'm planning, besides this file here, the 436old.exe, I should have a new wiseoption.exe file showing me that the new file was indeed dropped and placed in the server. Alright, so I renamed the file, and now I will reinstall the update wizard, and we are going to verify that a new wiseoption.exe file was dropped properly. I go here to run. It could be on your browser and you can download the file. I'm going to do this here with you on the go. Turns out that I already have the file there, but I'm going to download it again just in case. And I'm going to run the file. So now we're starting the application 4316. Oops, wrong password. 4316, 4316. We click next. And it's decompressed the file. Another warning about nobody using the program. License agreement. Please, please, please make sure you create a go back point file before you install the new version. You don't need necessarily to burn a DVD or copy the entire folder. If you just give me a go back point file, this is a great help if you need support. So here it goes for the point that I was mentioning about the destination. As you can see, the default in the install wizard is for local computer. But if you're on a network, please click on the browse. Go to your local network there on the letter ZW, whatever it is that you saw on the shortcut, and then install the program. In my case here, I'm going to leave as it is because indeed this is the location I want the file in. Wait for the update wizard to complete the process, and then you click for the administration and complete the file. Finish the process. So let's get back here. Now that I reinstalled, verify that you have a new file, a new wiseoption.exe file in that drive. When I go there and I refresh my folder, let me hit F5 here, and I go to the bottom, okay, let's try to go to this. So as you can see here now, I have the old file that I renamed with you here in this tutorial. And guess what? Sure enough, I do have a new wiseoption executable with a new fresh date and time, which helps me to see in this local computer that I indeed have a new file. Now that you have everything done, I made sure that everything, and very likely a new key code will come to you as a request. Copy and paste the key code into wiseoption and have fun with the new features. If after going through this, my impression is that very often the rename process is what's going to guarantee you to have a successful key code request. But should you not get one, please go to the website, request, open a support ticket, and I will be with you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the new features in wiseoption, of course with a successful installation of a new version in your local server or main computer. Have a good day.